All right, Wild Child looking him over. He starts the race. Once again, front row, Justin McCauley, Shane Nichols, row number 2, Patrick Lyon, Joe Belkey. Row number 3 will be Tuck Trenum, Rick Osteen. Row number 4, Mike Stallnacker and Jimmy Wagner. Row number 5 will be Clayton Ruth and Tyler Sistrunk. Row number 6 will be Mark Friend and Walter Carr. Row number 7, Bruce Griffin, Cameron McCauley. And row number 8, Chris Mathis. Here we go, folks. Final feature event of the evening and the weekend. As it is. Isn't that sad? We're going to wind it up with this 20-lap feature. All right, Rick, we are back under green as they sail them off into turn number 1 for lap number 1. It's the number 65, Shane Nichols, taking the early lead. Joe Belkey wasted little time working the high side, and we're under yellow. We got a couple cars. Justin McCauley here on the front straightaway, along with, I believe, possibly the Walter Carr machine. I know it's sorry, it's not Justin, it's Cameron McCauley in the number 11. And Cameron back under his own power, so he'll be able to rejoin. And it is the Walter Carr, the 388 machine, sitting down there in turn number 1. And safety crews out there. And he's driving away on his own power, so that is a good thing. So the 388 spins it back around. And we will have a complete restart. Again, folks, if you're making your way down those bleachers, please be very, very careful. We did have a little bit moisture earlier. It is pretty damp out. And those aluminum bleachers get extremely slippery. So please, yeah. It's too slippery to say. Please be careful as you're making your way down. And in case you're not here at the end of this feature, each and every one of us here from Volusia Speedway Park say a huge thank you for joining us. If you're only here tonight, well, for Saturday night entertainment, and for those of you that were here Thursday and Friday night, along with tonight, a huge thank you, and thank you for making this event as great as it is. All right, so we got the replay coming up. Let's see what happened as we're going to go back green as they drove into one. Cameron McCauley and the number 388 of Walter Carr getting together on a front straightaway, and that's about all we can say about that one. All right, here we go. Green flag back in the air. A better restart for Justin McCauley as their door slamming into one. Wow, lots of contact. Belkey looking to the high side. McCauley's got an issue. That car all over the place, drops back to the 5th spot. Now the 6th spot. Definitely Justin having some issues. Joe Belkey on the high side, working off of turn number 4, trying to take over that number 1 spot. All for naught, though, as it's going to be Shane Nichols, your early race leader. And Belkey on the high side. Patrick Lyon in the 0-1 in the 3rd spot. Tuck Trenum now right there in 4th as Tuck is up a couple spots. Mike Stallnacker in the 9 up to 5th. Leaders work off of turn number 4 for lap number 2. It's still Shane Nichols, your leader. Belkey in 2nd, Lyon in the 3rd spot. Tuck Trenum now trying to work on lines, and we are under yellow once again. One's turned around down there in turn number 4. As we are back under yellow for the 2nd time, we got 2 laps in the books, 18 more to go. All right, so we're going to Bruce Griffin under his own power, so Bruce lost it over there in turn number 4. See if we get a replay on that, on what happened to the Griffin machine. But Bruce bringing out the 2nd caution in 2 laps here in this street stock feature event. Like we said earlier, Bruce had an incident on the front straightaway here last weekend, tore that number 72 up pretty good, and those guys worked all week to get that car back together. Bruce was kind of late getting here. He made it just on time to make the initial draw, but has struggled so far this evening. So race control getting the lineup correct. We're going to have a single file restart here. As we are coming to green right now, Shane Nichols is your leader. Joe Belkey in 2nd. As we got 2 in the books, 18 to go. Final feature event of the weekend. All right. We are back under green. Shane Nichols. Joe Belke jumps to the high side. Belke digging on the top. Going to take over that number 1 spot. Maybe it's going to be horsepower off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Joe Belke, your new race leader. So Belke getting a challenge now from Shane Nichols. Shane not wanting to give up that number 1 spot. He's got no choice as Belke's going to lead him to the stripe. Now with a strong run going, Patrick Lyon in the 0-1 machine. And now washing up the racetrack, we're under yellow once again for the number, I believe, 7 car over there. That's the Rick Osteen machine. So the number 7 just tagged. The bumper is hanging off the front of that car. That is the Rick Osteen machine. So Rick got some sheet metal damage. You're going to have to rip that front bumper off of that car for him to continue. Let's see if Rick's going to take it down pit side and have his crew work on that. Once again, involved in the incident was the Walter car machine, the 388. And yes, the 7 does pull it down pit road. So Rick Osteen, tough break for him. Good looking street stock there. He's going to take it down pit road and probably park it for the night. Hey, Wild Child, once again, top the flag stand, looking them over. We have one more lap under yellow, and then we'll go back green flag racing. Joe Belke got by Shane Nichols. Patrick Lyon had a good run going there in that 0-1 machine. So Patrick's going to restart in that 3rd spot. Last week's winner, Justin McCauley, going to restart for Tuck Trenum with a good hot rod. That's the Dickie Murphy-owned hot rod in that number 54 machine. Running right now in the 6th spot will be Mike Stallnaker. Mike with a good run going so far. As he started 7th, he's bettered himself by 1 position. Jimmy Wagner, Clayton Ruth, rounding out the top 8. All right, Wild Child looking them over. We're ready to go back under green. Belke ready to pull the trigger. Joe Belke hammer down off of turn number 4. Here we go. Street stock feature back underway. Joe Belke leads them off of turn number 2. Justin McCauley way high, going to throw a couple spots away as Tuck Trenum gets on the inside and takes over that 4th spot. Now a great battle for 2nd between Shane Nichols and Patrick Lyon. Belke leads them off of 4 with about a 4-car length advantage. Great battle for the 4th spot between the veteran Tuck Trenum and Justin McCauley. Here comes Stallnaker throwing his name in the hat as he's back in the 6th spot. Great battle again for that 2nd spot. Belke is your leader. Patrick Lyon now back up to 2nd. Patrick trying to reel in Belke for the race lead. Working lap number 6. Joe Belke continues to lead. Patrick Lyon, Shane Nichols, and Justin McCauley. Belke with about a 4-car length advantage. McCauley and Tuck Trenum doing battle. That would be for the 4th spot. Stallnaker right there now on the back lid of the Tuck Trenum machine trying to take over that 5th spot. Wanting to get a top 5 here is Mike Stallnaker. Now your leaders are going to come up to the lap car. That would be the Walter car machine, I believe, as he's going slow there into 3. Belke going to jump to the high side to get around the lap car, and one going to the top, one going to the bottom. Battle for that number 1 spot. Patrick Lyon reeling in Joe Belke now as they work 1 and 2. And Justin McCauley tags the inside wall. Him and Tuck Trenum doing battle, still under green. Now it's a drag race down the back straightaway. They're going to go on the inside and the outside. And that 388 Walter car did not know what happened. New race leader, Patrick Lyon, getting by Joe Belke. Belke battling back. Lyon, your leader, off of 2 with about a 2-car length advantage. Don't see Joe Belke get past very often for that number 1 spot. Patrick Lyon, your new race leader. We're under yellow. And we have one sitting here on the front straightaway right in front of your race leaders. That is the Cameron McCauley machine. So Cameron in the 11K bringing out yet another yellow, 1 lap shy of halfway. So Joe Belke took over that number 1 spot, and then Patrick Lyon in the 0-1 machine getting by Belke. This one is far from over. Shane Nichols with a good run. Mike Stallnaker now up to the 4th spot as Justin McCauley back to 5th. Folks, if you're watching Justin McCauley and Tuck Trenum over there in turn number 2, McCauley got it so sideways, I believe he hit the inside wall. That thing bounced off of it and kept it straight. And him and Tuck Trenum drag racing down the backstretch, and in the 388 of Walt Carr, he was kind of like the meat in a sandwich going into turn number 3. He probably didn't know what was happening as your race leaders went zipping on by. So it looks like race control has a lineup right. We're going to go back green flag racing, this time by Patrick Lyon is your race leader. Joe Belke in second. Like I said, Joe not used to getting passed for that number 1 spot. He's going to see what he's going to do with the 0-1 of Patrick Lyon. Belke right on the back bumper. Lyon pulls the trigger. We're off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Patrick Lyon with a good run. Now Justin McCauley trying to get by Stallmaker on the high side. Mike on the bottom, Justin on the top. Tuck Trenum right there in the 6th spot. As we work halfway home, this time by 10 down, 10 to go. Patrick Lyon is your race leader. Patrick now checking out, battle now for the 2nd spot. As Belke is dropping back. Up to 2nd now is the 65 machine. Shane Nichols got by Belke. Now Mike Stallnaker marching toward the front. Joe Belke slipping back. As your race leader, Patrick Lyon continues to lead Shane Nichols and Joe Belke. Stallnaker working the bottom. Belke working the high side. Mike on the bottom. Joe on the top. It's still Belke in 3rd. Tuck Trenum doing battle still with Justin McCauley as they are battling for the 5th spot. Right now, give it to Tuck Trenum. Patrick Lyon all by himself out front, putting on a clinic here in that number 0-1 machine, as he's got this street stock feature about covered here tonight. We are working lap number 14. It's going to be 6 to go. This time by for Patrick Lyon. As we got Stallmaker off the pace. Now Mike Stallmaker in the 9 car, or the 8 car, I'm sorry, off the pace. That may bring out a yellow. Looks like a left rear flat tire on the Stallmaker machine as he's going to try to limp that car around. Are we going to go under yellow? No, it looks like Mike's going to be able to get it on the apron as with 5 to go for Patrick Lyon. And we are under yellow. So we got some debris here on the front straightaway. That brings out a yellow with 5 to go. That's going to stack them back up here once again. Patrick Lyon not wanting to see that yellow. Of course, he's got that 0-1 definitely dialed in here tonight. Shane Nichols going to have another shot at him as they come off on the restart with 5 to go. Joe Belke in that number 19 machine dropped back to the 3rd spot. Tuck Trenum looks like in a restart in 4th with Jimmy Wagner in the 17W going to restart 5th. Clayton Ruth moving up. Clayton is up to the 6th spot as he started back in 9th. So Clayton picking off a couple cars here as we progress through the feature.
Breaking news, Bob.
Uh-oh.
The top 3 have cleared tech, they're official.
Okay, good news for the modifieds. The top 3 have cleared tech. So the official order is official now that they have cleared tech. Once again, Tyler Nicely coming home. The winner, Justin Allgaier, comes home 2nd, and Nick Hoffman in the 3rd spot. Great race by the Dirt Car UMP Modifieds. One of the best races, folks, that you will ever witness. All right, we still got 5 to go to close the curtain on the 7th annual Ruderman Memorial Weekend here at Volusia Speedway Park. Here comes Tuck Trenum on the bottom of Joe Belke, trying to take over that 3rd spot. Does. Now Tuck trying to work on 2nd. Belke going to have something to say about it. And we could have a battle for that number 1 spot. Shane Nichols in that number 65 machine. And here comes Belke back to life in the number 19 machine. Joe Belke working on Nichols for 2nd. Patrick Lyon is your race leader. Belke working the bottom. No luck for Belke. Tuck Trenum right there. Throw a blanket over 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as Patrick Lyon kind of checking out. It'll be 3 to go this time by. Belke trying to get on the inside of Nichols. And no luck for Belke as Shane Nichols hanging on to that number 2 spot as it's going to be 2 to go this time by. Two to go. Patrick Lyon, your leader. Shane Nichols in 2nd. Joe Belke in 3rd. Final 2 laps. 1 more mile here and the weekend's over. It is Patrick Lyon by about 12 car lengths as he sets sail through 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the white flag this time by. It is all Patrick Lyon as he works in turn number 1 for the final time. Shane Nichols in the 65 running in 2nd. As for the final time, off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, off of turn number 4, Patrick Lyon is your street stock feature event winner. Coming home 2nd is Shane Nichols. Coming home 3rd is the Joe Belke machine. Tuck Trenum in 4th, and Jimmy Wagner rounding out the top 5. We'll go down and have a talk with the street stock winner, Patrick Lyon.
So the final event of the 2020 edition of the Ruderman Memorial is now down to just the victory lane interview. Those of you that are leaving at this time, we want you to please remember to be safe. Do not take the speeds out on the speedway. Leave them right here. Leave them on the speedway and don't take them on the highway, I should say. Make sure that you have all the kids accounted for that you brought, and drive safe. FHP is out there, and they would love nothing better than to write you a nice little note that says you owe them X amount. So Bob Stokel is down there as well for the interview for tonight's final event, the Street Stock main event. Just awaiting the winner after.
So Patrick Lyon bringing the 0-1 here to victory lane for the very first time. It's going to be a happy Patrick Lyon as he gets unbuckled. Our manager here, Mr. James Sawyer, puts the trophy on the roof, gets the Hoosier strap ready. And of course, what they're all gunning for is that 2020 feature winner hat here at Volusia Speedway Park. So Patrick almost ready to exit the 0-1 machine, all smiles. Getting that hat. James Sawyer unrolling a checkered flag. Ladies and gentlemen, he can hear you. Patrick Lyon, our street stock feature event winner here at Volusia Speedway Park to close the door on the Ruderman. Patrick, congratulations. Here's your microphone. Sir, I believe this is the first time we are meeting here in Victory Lane. Yes, tell us about your 0-1 hot rod. You had your hands full here tonight. Like I was saying Joe Belkey doesn't get past a whole lot of times when he's leading, but by golly, you did it here tonight.
Yeah, man, we've been working a lot. Daryl Beckham, the guy that built Race Tech, he's helped me out a lot, taught me a lot. We waited, for a little bit. Daryl knows. He's probably listening, but it's well worth the wait. I'm excited. This is only my third race with this car. We were running fourth in Tennessee when it broke, and then we finished second in Charlotte, come here and capped off the win, so that's good.
Absolutely, Patrick. I'm sure there's a lot of people that you want to thank here.
Yeah, especially my crew. Jory, Steve, Adam, Tim, Cam, a bunch of people. I'm so excited right now, just because
That's all right.
Wicks Filters, my sponsor, FST, Rick Rollins, is here. So that's a good deal to pull off a win for him, and not only for him, for my crew and everybody who stands behind me.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to see you back here, right?
Oh, yes, sir. We'll be back.
We got a race in a couple of weeks. We're running straight stock.
I'll be back.
Okay, you'll be
I'll
back.
be back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice hand once again for Patrick Lyon, our street stock feature event winner. Congratulations, young man.
That's going to do it for action here at Volusia Speedway Park. Thanks for coming out. For all of you that have watched on Dirt Vision, presented by Dryden, thank you as well for tuning in. Tomorrow we will be at the place your mama warned you about, Cherokee Speedway, Gaffney, South Carolina, for